You know why my fans are so great? Because they become so involved with the art that this one actually came about because of a fan's comment and what he suggested to me. And it was at the 2013 show at one of the galleries in Ohio. And I was dedicating a piece to him, and he came up to me and he leans into me, and his wife's behind him. And he says, "Listen, on the back, could you dedicate it, 'Welcome to the Poorhouse'?" And I looked up at him and I go, that is a fantastic, that gave me an instant painting in my mind when he said that. It wasn't about the dedication, it was about, I just saw, it was a wine piece that I was dedicating to him. And I just saw the whole painting happen when he said that. And this came about solely because of one fan's comment. And of course I had to do the right thing and send him one. I felt, I wanted to use, in this piece, I wanted to use the wine bottles as kind of the men showboating, as the peacock feathers, as this is their, way they're gonna get the women of how they pour their wine. And I wanted each guy to do his own unique campy pour over the back, around the shoulder, hook shot. And this is actually the second version of this painting. The first one I did not like. It did not come out well. It didn't jive. And every once in a while, you'll dive into something big and heavy, and it won't have a flow to it. It won't have a soul. And it just is a fun wine piece to me, and I just had a lot of fun doing it. It's tough when you think of wine. It's a bit stodgy, and it doesn't come off like the other liqueurs and the other beverages. It comes off a bit more uppity, snobby, prudish. And so I want to bring the kind of wildness into it, that the flirtation that comes about when the women get a little bit lubed up and have a little fun. And so this piece to me just embodied it all, and it was fun, and it was lighthearted, and yet it still had a little bit of a sexiness and an edge to it that I found to be attractive. For the 2014 release, I didn't want to go into it with a theme. I'd say most of the time I have kind of a theme idea of what I want to paint, but this one I wanted it to feel like a variety. I wanted it to feel like you could take your pick of what area I wanted to go into with a Todd White painting. So colorful keys, and the whole thing came about as all paintings come about, where it's kind of inspired by all of my events and ongoing dealings and travels and nightlife and bar scenes with going out. And I always like to end up at a bar. I'll give you a little personal insight. I don't like clubs. I am too old for clubs. I am too old to be trying to talk to someone when I've got some pounding beat in my ear and I can't focus on what I'm talking about, because I like to hear conversation. I like to hear someone's take on something, anything, have a point of view. I want to hear, ideas, and I love hearing when people are a little bit saucy, and so they start spouting off whatever topic they would spout off about. So I do like piano bars because I want some background noise going, and I like the piano a lot. So I find myself at a lot of them. Well, sometimes when you're in a group of people, conversation's going into a direction you don't really care for, like, religion or politics. And so I'll zone out and I stare at the piano guys and I watch the stage and I'll see them. And sometimes on napkins I'll start sketching. I take these sketchbooks with me everywhere I go around the world. So I just fill these sketchbooks up. And, anytime I can grasp someone doing something in their element that they love, I love doing that. So I'll compile all my sketches together and I'll pull what I felt my best drawings were, and I'll just start recompositioning them and adding them on with people. And it was funny because on this one, when I was a quarter of the way through with this, in my mind I'm going, I love this piece. I just love how busy it is, how music filled it is, and how the colors to me just really popped and really, they had a rhythm of their own. So that's Colorful Keys, and you know, for the sake of being simple, I actually colored the keys different colors. The next one we'll talk about is Bad Girl. Bad Girl came about solely because of the UK. The Brits have a very naughty side to them, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. And so at the UK shows, one thing that's different about the American shows is the women will never come up to me in America and talk about how a painting excites them, or they thought it was naughty and it turned them on, or something in a playful manner. They'll never do that. But in the UK, I experienced that across the board. And I experienced it in age groups across the board, from very young to very old. And that excited me. I loved it. I loved it, particular in a town that we did at a gallery called Guildford. There was a woman who came up to me, and they had a giclée of Boys Don't Tell, and she pulls me aside, and almost as if she's telling me a secret, she says, "I don't tell my husband this, but that's my favorite." And I just got such a kick out of how much she loved it. And it was just fun, and it excites you, and it energizes you, and it pumps me up. But I wanted to add a little bit of a story in with this, to where there's more than when you first look at it. And I have fully achieved that, because as many people now have come through my personal studio or my galleries and have seen this piece that you're just now seeing, Bad Girl, they make a comment about it, and they'll say what they say, but then they'll notice something, and then it catches their eye, and then it all comes together. So what I love about it is it's kind of a lot going on there that you think at first is just a shallow layer, and then you look at it, and then you take it in, and then you go, oh, I get it. I get the joke. Like, it's kind of a long story that's being told to you, and it never hits you right away. Nobody looks at it and puts it together like that. Bad Girl. Women are just beautiful creatures that I will never understand, and I will always be amazed by, and I will always stare at. The amount of power that they wield in the aura of life is so powerful. Thank God they don't know how powerful it is, because they would rule us like zombies. And that was my thinking going into this painting, Without Demons and Doubts. And it was all going to be based about and around the idea that this woman has she's experienced life. She's got some patina on her. And she's just this sophisticated, sharp, on it woman who's enjoying life now. She's enjoying everything about her space and time that she's in. She's comfortable in her own skin. I wanted to keep this mood to where you felt it when you looked at it. You knew this woman, you knew this place. When women look at her, they go, oh, I'm there. I know that woman. I'm in that place. I left the composition in a way that there's room to move in it. You feel like you can walk in that room with her. And she is being flirty. She's got her leg kicked up. She's a little excited. She maybe something caught her fancy off screen. So I am very pleased with her, and I just, the floor is well worn. It's she's on top of it. Maybe that means she's just conquered, that part of the world and that part of her life. And, Damn, those sexy brunettes, right? And what a perfect way to wrap this up than with Spirit of the Chase. Nothing is more true in life than this painting. We're at her beck and call. She's letting us know, hey guys, wine's out. They're climbing over each other to get to her. They're all pining for her attention. She really has no interest in any of them. All she has interest in is getting her glass filled. I love this painting. And the minute I did it, I go, oh my God, I can't wait for the world to see this one. This one was a lot of little TLC went into creating this one with her imagery and her positioning. And, you know, I still wanted her to have that nonchalant look like, fill my glass. But it's so simple, I hardly have words to say, you know, Spirit of the Chase. Nothing more needs to be said. Well, that's it. That's my 2014 release. I hope you've enjoyed viewing it as much as I enjoyed painting it. It's like all releases, it's just the cream of the crop. It's the special pieces to me, and I want nothing more than the people who love the work to appreciate it and to have a sense of feeling and ownership that they know these people, that they are in the painting and they're a part of it. It's a part of their lives, and you know, I'm a very lucky artist. So thank you so much for your support. I look forward to seeing you all and later this year in 2014 when I start my touring up again. We're going to start up in October throughout the UK, and then we'll flow back into the United States and Canada. Thank you so much.